Hello and welcome back to the 40th annual Discraft Great Lakes Open presented by Grip 6. You are watching JomezPro and we are bringing you the Disc Golf Pro Tour here from Milford, Michigan. Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling, Paul Ulibarri.
Front nine, we saw some pretty good scores. A couple of 5-unders from Simon and Corey, 4-under from your favorite commentator, Nate. And Andrew Presnell. No bogeys in the front nine for our card. Very impressive. But wow. Kyle Klein, the man who is from Michigan, Grand Rapids, 6-under. Paul Macbeth, 6-under. Casey White, some really great scores in that front nine. Good thing, because the back nine, it's not so easy to shoot 6-under.
Golly, if 6-under on the back would be phenomenal. Looking here at hole 10, one of the hardest holes, I think, on the course. Par 4, 650. That's not the basket. That's the FPO basket. That looks pretty fun. This one up here is a whole nother beast. Kicking up again, a little bit steeper to the top. Really tough to find a landing zone off the tee that gives you any kind of chance to access that basket position.
Looks like a very understable. That's your flippiest, isn't it?
I think it's, yeah, pretty close.
Okay, flippiest destroyer.
It was a pretty bad shot.
Needs to be even flippier.
Yeah, or I just need to throw it hard or aim it correctly, or there's a lot of things I could have done.
That's straight out of the book of Germanology, man.
Yeah.
Well done.
Presnell gets it right, but there's no chance from there.
No, not really.
Par is good on this hole. This is really far.
Yeah, that's ideal.
Wow. Yeah.
The landing zone is so difficult to access. The right side tree is really the thing you have to challenge, and this is almost too much height, but no, actually. No.
This is what you want to do.
Okay, that is absolutely ideal. But, I mean, that just required a perfect turnover, getting through that low ceiling at the perfect height. And you're going forehand roller. Not a bad play there. And you're going sidewinder?
Yep.
Oh, that's a good, great.
Yeah, good scramble.
Yeah, Simon said to me after we got up the hill and saw his drive, that's better than I could have even imagined.
Nice.
And he's Simon Lizotte.
Oh, about his drive?
Own drive.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, better than he could have imagined. I thought that was pretty telling about how special that shot was.
And Presnell's going to be challenged with that shot. That's still way back. He is in position to be able to throw a shot, but
he might not even be up to Simon's drive.
Corey let one slip a little bit there. Wasn't able to hit his gap.
Great drive still, though.
And that's about as easy as hole 10 will ever look for any human being ever.
Yeah.
It is so seriously uphill that you just can't believe the basket could be possibly placed all the way up there. It's one of those things when you play this hole for the first time, as we all are this year, we see the FPO basket and we're like, okay, that's a manageable par 4.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but wait, it's 250 feet past that? How? It was a good shot.
And you actually gave yourself a kind of a little bid here.
Yeah, maybe. I'm probably 100, but feeling more like 130.
Oh, yeah. That was like a quasi bid.
Okay, yeah, the camera angle made it look like you might have been in jump putt range, but.
Did you know that your only other start in Michigan was Worlds in 2008?
Yeah.
That is the only other tournament you have played in Michigan.
Yeah, somebody asked me that today. When's the last time you played in Michigan? I said, I think it's only one other time.
Do you know what place you finished in that year's Worlds?
I don't think it was great.
29th.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Not so bad for early in your career.
Yeah.
It has been 1,447 days since your last win. An Elite Series win.
That makes sense.
And you know what happened 5,316 days ago?
I turned 17.
The last time you missed cash. 5,316 days.
Nice, man.
Of cashing. It's a pretty incredible streak, but none of that was done here in Michigan, really. Just one event.
Yeah, but important. They're all. I treat them all the same.
Hole 11, downhill par 3, another 500-foot plus blind par 3, 512 feet. A narrow window to go through, but Simon might be thinking above.
And this is coasting for him. Perfect.
Oh, this is looking really good. Oh, my goodness. No way.
Wow.
How can you just hit next to the pin blind 500 feet away?
Yeah, almost made it.
That would have been the most annoying ace we'd ever seen.
I would have been so happy to see that ace. Only because we didn't see it, so I didn't act like it would have been.
Yeah, but if we'd seen it, we would have been truly annoyed. A little too heavy on the hyzer.
Too high, I think. But through the gap.
Here's a little 1-2 pop. Up, up. Pew. That looks. Is it coming? Oh, that looks good.
This is
Too
going to do.
far.
It's starting to drift
Not
and
too
stall,
far.
and past Simon's in there. Pretty special drives.
They're just peppering the green.
Mid-range, 512. Substantially downhill still. It's got to keep carrying.
It's an easy hole, I guess. These guys just flying the basket.
Oh my gosh.
Prez a little long with the driver.
That stuff gets pretty icky past the basket. A lot of thorns, a lot of high grass.
No probs. Nothing wrong with a 3 here. I was so worried in practice that this was going to be one of those holes that was 10 groups up there, like people just losing stuff. But then we all forgot that, like, the people playing this tournament are really good.
Yeah, and it was less windy, thankfully.
Corey, what a great 2 to get. A bonus birdie when you're already playing well. It's a powerful thing. And Simon, another inside C1 miss after just
a near ace.
Just a near ace. Wow, that is a heartbreaker. And for someone who's 6 under, that he's got 2 C1 misses away from being 8 under through 11 holes. This is a very difficult course, folks. I mean, I would feel like since Nate Heinold's behind it, you can bet your bottom dollar as a watching this event, it's going to be every bit as hard as he can make it as an open course. I mean, the guy is responsible for Northwood Black, which is the hardest disc golf course I've ever played.
Yeah, hole 12, par 3, 344. Playing more like 444 with an awkward angle up that hill. Really, the mistake you're going to see is early left or pushing it too far straight, trying to throw as far as you can. So, let's see what these guys got. If they hit the angle correct, it's just a stock hyzer for these guys, which is crazy. But there you go. Yeah, stock hyzer.
Yep.
It's going to get him to 7 under now. Corey's making this course look just very easy.
Perfect shot.
Yeah, it really is.
Good height for the ace, too, on the skip there.
Number 1 player in the Statmando power rankings, Simon Lizotte, in the world.
He has been playing very well last few months.
Number 10 in the official disc golf world rankings, but that recency bias certainly shoots him up in the power rankings. This is a nice throw. A little low, but it could skip up there. Yeah, that's in the circle.
Oh, yeah.
And Simon out near the edge of the circle as well with a great drive.
Andrew, wow, a lot more shape on that drive than the normal hyzer shot, but look at the result. Another bullseye. Yeah, beautiful. Just kind of a...
The way Andrew throws makes it look like he's not really throwing it that far, and he just rips.
Rim, chains, rim, and out for Simon.
Like, that's a bomb to get up there.
Absolutely.
Not too many holes in disc golf where you feel good about getting the distance right on 344 feet for at least the tour. I know people at home are saying, well, that's my longest drive by 50 feet.
Yeah.
That is 344 does not tell the story, that's for sure.
Hole 13, par 3, 526. Obstructed around the blind corner, down the chute. Really a rare birdie. No OB or anything, but plenty of rough, and you've just got to find a way under or around that main tree, swing at the perfect time, take a perfect skip. It's all got to line up for you to find the green here.
Least birdied hole on the course.
Unless you're this guy.
Even the stretch that Corey's on, he's going to need to do something special to keep.
That kind of is in that range that like we see every year. I feel like somebody
Ricky had a nice
throws
one.
that in.
Yeah, it's going downhill. There's not a lot to be scared of on the green. It's a very runnable angle, I think.
Earlier in the day, Mason Ford had a 100-foot throw-in on this one. That's going to be in a tricky spot for a Prez. That's early right. He's going to have a lot of foliage to get through to get to the pin. This is something we weren't seeing from Simon a year ago, and now he's feeling comfortable with the forehand, and not just comfortable. He's throwing great shots with the forehand. That is a great shot. Great control, great height, great power, great execution.
50, 60 footer.
Yeah, inside C2 is just phenomenal on hole 13.
Great, yeah.
And that got there with Heiser pretty well.
Yeah, just a touch short of what I'm looking for, I think. If that goes another 15, 20 feet, I think it takes that magic skip down to the green.
And you see the tiny window that Andrew had in front of him, and you get one chance to hit that gap, and then if you don't, try again.
Well, that would be two chances. You gotta hope. You gotta hope you don't get that second chance.
I started saying, and I was like, well, I'm about to get roasted for this one.
Some things you only do once in your life, and if you don't, do them again.
There's Andrew doing it the second time.
Jim Koling.
Wayne
nice
Gretzky.
Yeah. A little backhanded spot up there in the bullseye.
It wasn't much of a run. Were you not trying to give that a...
If there were a few less vines, like I had to go to the patent pending stance. Yeah. It was just, I was planning on running it, and then once I got down there, it was a little bit crazier than I thought.
And Simon giving it a good effort, missing a little high and right. Andrew still the only player on the card with a red number on the score.
Hole 14, par 4, 800 feet. Fun fact, he has moved back on this one, something that I really like to mention when the course changes from time to time, playing extremely long off the tee and into the green. You see it tucked away into this really tight little corner. Power, 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 that's all this is after they move this one way back.
Looks like somebody read the comments after the practice round and is making amends for a ill-advised argument.
Big drive.
Come again?
Oh, you have no idea what I'm talking about. My goodness, Corey got a hold of that one. Let's see if Simon takes that personal and tries to go a little bit farther. It's a little stalled out, hyzering left, but good distance is achieved, but the price is he's going to be running up through the high grass.
We've got 5 holes left to play here today, and it might be about as much distance as the local 18-hole course in most. It's probably like getting up close to 4,000 feet of distance in terms of the actual, all the hills you got to get up, and pretty big finishers. Prez turns this, but there's no out of bounds on this hole. You can go anywhere, and it really hardly matters where you go, as long as you're not right on one of those side hills and you have some footing to throw your next shot.
$3,311 feet for the final 5.
That's
an
a lot.
Average of 662 feet, and you're probably climbing up and down 250 feet.
Yeah. Not really any soft throws left.
Nothing like that.
That's gotta go.
And Simon's going to be... Oh, I didn't even know they added a fence there. I don't know what he's got left, but it's not what he'd like. Meanwhile, Corey has turned this over a bit more than I think he'd want, and catching the outer limbs.
Really close to getting through there, though. And so much power. I mean, he got up that hill so easy.
Simon able to get out with that little spinny putt. As we were walking up the hill, Corey said, hey, Nate. And I kind of turned around and asked, what? And he sort of, never mind, nothing. And I said, what did you want to say? And he said, I was going to tell you that on the second shot, if you go over that brown sign, it's like on a perfect line. And I was like, yeah, man, if I could, I would. And he kind of looked down and said, yeah, I kind of realized that as I was telling you. I was like, trying to be a nice guy.
A nice burn.
Yeah.
A really nice burn.
A really nice burn.
By not saying anything, he was burning you.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
But you made him do it. You made him burn you.
Yeah, I was like, no, bring it on. But now, in case I ever, gain 100 feet of distance, I'll know the line.
On the tee and the approach.
Well, on both shots, yeah. 100 feet on every shot, one would hope.
Well, I guess, all right, so while we're making amends, I have to say, Paul, I lost the bet that we had in our practice round. 10 birdies any given day. I didn't think there would be. And the field blew it out 2.5 times more than I thought. 24 birdies in round 1 on hole 14. That's a $25 bet I lost. And
Yeah, and I only gained $2 because I paid everybody who got it $1.
did you really?
Said anybody who gets a birdie today, I'm paying you $1. I wanted to give a little more incentive to the field.
Oh man.
No, I really didn't do that.
Oh, that'd been great because I would have got $1.
Yeah.
Corey Ellis
On hole 15.
somehow birdied this hole every time last year. The hardest hole in the course, or where are we at?
17 is, but this is the second hardest.
Okay. And he has put out a phenomenal drive here. Looking at the Idio Move with Purpose form review, the extension he's able to get reaching back, and then the quickness that he can bring the hips and shoulders through, driving from that back leg. He is a very explosive thrower. I think those are some of the reasons why, as you see him just connecting with this. Look at the follow through that comes around here.
I think the exaggerated follow through is just key for Corey. I think that really is what a lot of his power is driven with. He's also got really big hands. He's able to get his hands around the disc, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Create a ton of spin and velocity.
And Simon, not to be outdone, throws it to within 5 feet of where Corey is.
Wow. I mean, if you can try to match what the guy who birdied this hole all 3 times last year did, then match that shot.
Nate says, I think I will.
That is an everyday man's fantastic shot.
Yeah, it was a good shot. I'm only about 30 or 40 short of them, but they're up on top of the last little hill.
That's a very important place to be if you're trying to go for that birdie.
Prez puts it out on the wider route right there, and that's the danger of going wide, because if you turn it over, you're in that shoal on the right, and if you don't, then you're bringing those trees into place. So I do like the early gap.
There's just no hope for anything better than a 4 if you're not in the ideal spot, and playing to the bottom of the hill is a good play.
I don't know. Be honest. If you went superhero mode, you had a shot to get to the hole.
It could be done,
Yes.
certainly.
Yeah.
Well, for 490 though.
Yeah, maybe.
No,
maybe
I don't
less.
think
I think
so.
less than 490. But it certainly didn't. When I put it in the old calculator, it certainly didn't come up. Go for it. You know what I mean? Like
Simon, he's going for it, and why wouldn't you?
C1.
C1. I wonder if there's any extra pressure knowing what he did on this hole last year going into this approach.
If there is, pressure helps him because he's about 8 feet away.
Oh my goodness. Why did that look so easy? It looked like it got there so fast too.
It's because he has big hands, dude.
That makes a difference.
I bet it does.
I'm telling you, it makes a difference.
So on this shot, I was like, oh, let's run it. And then I said, if you hit the cage, this is rolling right back to you. So then I said, don't hit the cage. And now I'm 20 feet away.
Oh, Simon. That's 4.
Yeah.
That is 4 this round, and he is 6 under.
Yeah.
He's lucky that stayed there. I've seen a lot of people do that, and I don't think I've ever seen one stay on the hill.
Yeah, it always rolls a little, and usually a lottle.
Yeah.
I like that word. That's
That
a par
was
that, yeah.
closer than
Yeah,
20
maybe not.
feet.
But it was one of
But
those
it
ones where
seemed
you're like,
it. Yeah.
oh, don't run it too fast. Just park it. Ooh, that's not parked.
And also when you're going up a hill, that 22 feet looks like 27.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit more exaggerated with the perspective.
I have been
What a birdie.
underestimating the uphillness of all those little upshots all week, and I'm just trying to get it right. But yeah, Corey, the man of the hour, clearly.
Surprising that 7 players are even able to do that. So
It is surprising.
8 birdies on the day. When there's so many holes on this course where there actually were less than 10 birdies, that's obviously one of them.
16, par 3, 396, slightly downhill, pretty well guarded and elevated. And yet somehow the shortest hole in the course effectively. There's some that measure shorter, but they're way uphill.
This hole doesn't even seem like it fits in with this part of the course. You got 13 down the hill, super hard. 14 is super long. 15 impossible. 17 and 18 incredibly hard. This seems like the one stretch where you got to dial it in.
Yeah, one little reprieve, one chance.
Yeah, I like that they threw in like a real gettable but hit your line birdie too. And it's fair for both righty and lefty. I like that about it.
And this is pushing
spicy.
backside. That'll be 25 feet
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Little extra turn, but is it stable enough? It is. Great shot from Andrew.
Simon's getting frisky.
I'm sure he's getting annoyed. I mean, it's just too many putts left on the green today. And still, no matter... Oh, Corey. Getting greedy now from C2 from the knee. I don't want to say no matter how he finishes 17 and 18, but most likely he's going to finish 17 and 18 as you make the nice birdie putt. Pretty well, I would imagine, just with his skill set. He's going to leave here just thinking about what could have happened today with the way that he was throwing the disc.
I like how you have a little book right there. Birdie on the front, birdie on the back, bunch of gray in the middle.
That
You're
is
happy with that on the back nine here.
9 through 15. You might as well call that the gray zone. I mean, you better hope it's the gray zone. Like, don't let it get red on you, because there's not really a hole in there that I look at and go, oh yeah, I'll probably birdie that with any kind of regularity.
They say, like, you're the greatest of all time, but in my mind, that is not true. There are 2 other women that I'm tied with. Until I get that 6th world title, that is still up for debate. So this is so important to me to cement my name in disc golf history as the most winning woman to ever play the game.
There's the basket.
Where?
Way over yonder, perched on top of that hill. 840 feet. It can't be. It feels like 3,000 feet.
When I see this flyover, I think about, like, is in 5 years are we gonna be playing a par 4 to 18s basket?
Oh no. I'm going big forehand here, just trying to get it inbounds.
A little wide.
And look at that dance.
Okay. You might have been a little scared out of your hand.
I wasn't even.
You weren't?
No, I wasn't. Unlucky, I feel.
Prez is scared.
He's scared, and he should be.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that's out of bounds early for Prez. This is the most difficult hole in the course, as you can imagine. To get it in bounds, really, the hyzer play opens up a lot, but it's easy to drift OB left if you don't get the width correct.
But if you throw it large,
yeah,
it makes the fairway bigger.
Yeah, if you get the boost correct, it solves that. It'll cure what ails you, that's for sure.
That is boosted.
And Simon hated this immediately out of his hand.
But didn't need to hate. No, he needed to hate that. Okay. And now that's gonna put him in a tricky spot with the footing on the hillside. Do you take it back and lose the much needed distance, or do you play it from the awkward hill? We'll see what he does.
I elected to take it back to give myself some footing.
But you're not playing for the pin.
True.
And Simon will most certainly be playing for the pin. No matter what you're doing here, it's just a matter of getting to the bottom of the hill and pitching up and taking your 5 at this point.
Yeah. I'm trying to do line of play from where. I feel like this is about it.
Yeah, I think you're
Here,
right.
no, but I think here I'm about through the flag to the pin, from like this spot.
Yes.
This skipped pretty big and kind of tucked me in behind that bush. Not a great shot.
So what did Simon is playing it from the hillside, just enough flatness to be able to get the foot down, and
That's dropping really fast.
it's going to be a lengthy uphill putt, most likely a low ceiling coming up. Corey, however, in a perfect spot off the tee, and this approach is heading left.
It's just a mid-range from down there. That's ridiculous.
Is that really a mid?
Yeah. Wow.
That's ridiculous. I played with Cole Rodolin, who outdrove the fairway long. He also had a standstill back to the basket mid-range and put it under the basket. It was
Wow.
If you haven't seen Cole throw, he mirrored his form in the offseason to match Drew Gibson's power, and I'd say he's done it quite well.
Really?
Yeah, he's got the pop.
Oh, well, this is something.
Simon for the par off the rim, and you left yours a little shorter than I'm sure you'd like.
Presnell and I both.
He left his a little longer than he'd like as well. Okay.
Corey for birdie.
Clinical.
9 under par with 1 to play.
That's so good.
Dude loves this course. I mean, 3rd place last year, and he's off to a hot start here.
That's a good putt. That's a good bogey putt. That could have gotten out of control quick. Instead, just a little control.
Yeah, it was
Control.
bogey was best
Lost.
case after that
Yeah.
what I feel was pretty unlucky roll.
It was. 'Twas a little unlucky.
A Doblina Bogesker for Andrew.
One more hole, 18, par 3, 315. But again, like we always say, playing much, much longer up this hill. It's tucked very hard right, so you'd like to throw really inside forehand with a lot of hyzer underneath that big branch, or perhaps a backhand roller. OB on that left side, though, is looming if you misrelease either of those shots.
It's just so tricky to get up that hill with hyzer. Most shots with the forehand end up coming out flat. Corey, that's a great backhand.
Yeah, fights right through the branch, continues forward.
And he was just never in trouble at any point in the round today. I mean, he was really never had to scramble at all, just in position.
Yeah, I think that little rollaway he got was the only time he was tested really for par from, from like 30 feet or something, and he obviously nailed that.
That's a good forehand for you, Nate, inside the circle.
This looks great. Oh.
Okay.
Bullseye.
Great touch.
Ooh, a little follow that flight. This is a type of disc that anybody in the country would be able to throw.
Yeah.
This is...
He's got about 3/4 of his bag represent discs that you can't throw, and then there's that one.
Yep.
But you can't throw it that far up that hill.
No, probably not.
Don't see Andrew with too many roller angles. He is a pretty much stock. Oh my goodness. What is happening right now?
Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh. That is one of the...
Bad shot, surely, off the tee, but then it fights through the bushes, turns around, rolls backwards, and leaks out of bounds on him. And now he's thrown himself into the corner where he's got almost no look.
It's going to be a tough finish. And back-to-back doubles coming up for Andrew on this round. Tough finish. But, I mean, you see it happen all over the course on these 2 holes, the finish.
Not like that, though.
No, not like that. And what? Oh, I mean, on the other side, we've got 10 under.
Double digits.
5 on the front, 5 on the back. 5 on the back is like 9 under on the front.
That is so good.
5 under on this round is like really good.
I'm pretty happy. Pretty happy with that start.
The inaugural round for Nate Sexton here at D-Glow.
Still learning the course, I feel like. Kind of finding some new spots, finding some new strategies, and happy with the opening effort.
And you only lost by 1 to the #1 power-ranked player in the world right now, Simon Lizotte.
That's got to have me surging up the power rankings. Hint, hint.
Well, you see a little bit of a spread here on the back 9. No bogeys on the front 9. You're very rarely going to see anything like that on the back, though, as we see fire emoji for Corey Ellis, Kyle Klein matching the effort, though, also at 10 under. Look at the card we've got tomorrow, my word.
You know, Corey's round was great, but the fact that he didn't have any bogeys is like pretty incredible to me. There's so much trouble out there looming, especially with the bad luck rollaways.
Yeah.
And he didn't have to deal with it, and when he did, he knocked it down. So very impressed with his round. Can't wait to watch him tomorrow.
I'm in that same club, and you can be in a club too, our Founders Club, and help us bring this coverage to you. Thank you all, you guys, for the support. really helps us do what we do out here on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. We will be back with round 2 from the 40th annual Discraft Great Lakes Open presented by Grip 6.
While you're waiting for round 2 to come out, head over to JomezPro.com and check out these new hats and shirts because they look mighty fine.
And one last thing, boys. Remind them to like and subscribe because that's super
Oh, yeah, like and subscribe.
Totally.